What?
Put it all on, black or white. And, black or red, I mean. I don't go to casinos much, chat. I don't go to casinos much, unfortunately. But, I'm starting to love the Skaven army. And I'm also starting to love the Dowie army.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, well.
Are you having
Yeah.
mixed feelings? Do you not know who to root for?
Oh, I know who I'm rooting for. I know who I'm rooting for, and I've
Dude,
always known.
One second. You there?
I'm just gonna say, chat. I like the dwarfs. I like them. I like some of their lore, what have you. Gyrocopters, blasting charges, all beautiful, beautiful things. The Thunderer play. They're very, very stubborn. Just pick up a pike, pick up a spear.
Right.
Come on now. Don't be so close-minded to just pick up a pike or a spear. Now, I like the open-mindedness, willing to try new things, and the science. Just praise science. But anyway, of course I want the Skaven here, and we will start with them. Obligatory in any Skaven army, the Skaven slaves. Just there to die, and die they shall. We have the max of 5. Now we do have some clan rats backing up that Skaven slave chaff. We have a single clan rat. That is all. But now for the real killy stab of this army, we have 4 Death Runners. I am going to question the deployment of the Death Runners. It seems I always like attacking from more angles, putting more pressure on your opponent. Limiting the angles of attack is just limiting the options available to yourself to get work done. So I like to see them more spread out. Nonetheless, still 4 Death Runners ready to do some work. And we have 3 Warplock Giselles, one of them being the ROR, Natty Boo Boos. We have the Dwarf Thing Menace. We have Queek Headtaker himself. And he has the, looks like full kit, Dwarf Gouger, all the goodies, Plague Priest with the dual summon. And we have an Assassin on the flank with the standard kit, Assassin's Trophy. That rounds out the Skaven army. I've gone on long enough. What has the Dwarf brought for us, my son?
Well, the dwarf, excuse me, looks like we're going to have a front line here of dwarf warriors. Appears to be 3 of them to be exact. And we're going to have 4 bolt throwers, holy cow. So 2 bolt throwers and 3 cannons behind them. But we're also going to be seeing one of those Death Runners with Concealment Bomb diving in on top of them. Longbeards are going to be in the back line. Looks like 3 Longbeards to be precise. One of them getting attacked by the Night Runners, or Death Runners, who are now running away. Dragonback Slayers, and what else we're going to see here? Man, yeah, those Death Runners getting right on top of that Dwarf Artillery. For the leadership squad, we have Felix. He's going to be bringing his healing item, which I can never remember the name of. We have Karagul, Helping Hand, and Blood Oath. We're also going to be looking at a Rune Lord with pretty much everything, it looks like. Hold on. Rune of Negation, Rune of Oath and Steel, Rune of Wrath and Ruin, with Rune of Hearth and Home, Master Rune of Grugni, and we're going to have a Thane supporting here. The Thane is going to be bringing with him Ironbeard's Ring for that weakness to fire damage to the enemy units. We've got a Gyrocopter up in the air, and I think that rounds out the Dwarf units, but man, that was rough to go over. There was a lot going on.
Yeah, as we can see, the Giselles have just eliminated 1 bolt thrower, working on the next. The artillery got some good work done on the Dwarf Thing Menace, dropped it down to about half health, but still 3 models ready to get some work done on this Dwarven front line. But these Death Runners just wrecking absolute havoc. They're getting a little bunched up right now, but perhaps the damage has been done. Longbeards torn to shreds.
Yep.
Some of the artillery preoccupied, and this Dwarf line is in tatters. Queek is in the front line, eating some Dwarf warriors. And, yeah, I believe another grudge may go in the book by the end of this day, my son.
I believe
Another
so. I mean, especially when you take into account like just the Overwatch fire coming here from the Natty Boo Boo sharpshooters and the other 2 Warplock Giselles. I love this tactic of just Vanguard deploying and really forward deploying a lot of infantry units to get the Dowie distracted, bunched up, caught off guard on their heels, and then just like his Warplock Giselles have gone unchecked. I mean, one of them was down to half health. All of them are just doing so much work right now, and the Dowie artillery is disappeared from the field.
And as it disappears, so do the counters to the Warplock Giselles.
Yeah.
The Gyrocopter will be torn to shreds once they turn their sights upon it. And, yeah, chaos in the back lines for the Dowie. Meanwhile, the range units for the Skaven just pick away. And despite, I mean, even if the Dowie clean up everything that's in their back lines right now, like you said, the Warplock Giselles Can just sit back and pepper it, the Dowie. I mean, yeah, even if the Dowie clean up everything, still the Giselles can clean them up and win the game. Just, yeah.
Yep. Couldn't agree more, man. This is a nasty battle to behold. The Skaven are
And
just...
Queek is eating
Yeah.
the Rune Lord right now. He's just, yeah.
That was devastating. But a great game to both players. I mean, I'm looking around at the Dowie trying to think what they could do, but at this point their hero squad is still around and they're knocking up, I mean, they're beating up the assassin pretty well, but the Rune Lord is routing. And there's just so many more Skaven units on the field. The firepower's in their favor. Yeah, this is a shame to see the stunties in such a state, and this is coming from a Greenskins main.
I can't help but feel no pity as Dwarf Thing Menace rolls over the remaining Dowie. Bring on the Chaos Dwarfs. Bring on the open-minded Dwarfs. No, just kidding. But anyway, it's certainly a very tough matchup for the Dowie, and it can be very difficult on the draw if you take an army that's accounting for a different play style. Or and really the changes to Death Runners definitely helps Skaven out quite a bit. Death Runners bonus versus infantry hit harder, and the ROR Death Runner is an absolute nightmare for the Dowie to deal with, and just a complete nightmare for the back lines because you can never see them. They have the concealment bomb. You can never know when they're just behind you, just ready to pounce in the distance. And yeah.
This is
the other
my
thing is it's a lot of
favorite thing
artillery
about
fire. I
Skaven.
think you need some Thunderers too, you know? Like you need some mid-range fire here.
Oh yeah, especially to deal with the Dwarf Thing Menace, because as soon as they close the gap, that artillery is useless. But a Thunderer volley or two, that'll do so much. And yeah, just too much artillery, too little infantry to protect it, as far as I'm concerned. And
It just seems you're risking a lot because with all this artillery, and you know Death Runners are a massive threat to your backline, you have so much to protect and really limited resources to do so. I mean, you would need at least 2 gyros, but yeah, just 5 pieces of artillery. Basically just hoping that the Skaven brought an all shooting army were going to sit back, but even then, a couple Death Runners could, just ruin this plan. But it's tough for dwarves, you know? So tough.
yeah, no, that was a rough one. You need organs, says Tank. Oh, organs. I would like to see how that would fare in a matchup for sure. But great games for both players, and Hadres just coming in here really strong showing. You just
the thing is the organs can be good against Giselles, but I mean Giselles aren't the only problem, you know? And you're still not going to be able to hit the Natty Boo-Boos unless you have gyrocopter support.
Yeah.
So it's very tough. Like you have answers to some units, but you don't have all the answers. But I do like organs since they can outrange Giselles, but again, you can't see the Natty Boo-Boos, you can't shoot them. And there are just a lot of things you can do, like the new mortars. You can use terrain to such an advantage. Like this map, you could have used the gully with the mortars to end the house. You could have just sat behind the house and rained mortars on the dwarfs all day.
Yeah.
And they can't shoot you unless they bring gyrocopters forward.
Yeah.
And if they bring the gyrocopters forward, most likely you have guns to shoot them. But there's just a lot of things Skaven can do. They have all the answers, and it's a lot on the draw for the dwarves. But I definitely think 5 pieces of artillery, unless you have like 4 slayers, I mean, it's going to be really tough to protect that.
Yeah. Well, that's a great game. I thank you so much for co-casting it. I was thinking about.
Oh, that's it.
Yeah, I believe it's well. I mean, we got some time.
Do they know actually?
Yeah, they were talking about it.
Oh yeah, okay. Yeah, I forget it's best of 3.
It is, but
oh
I mean,
yeah,
it's like.
Yeah. Oh yeah, no. You can't blame Hadres, you know.
No, I can't.
Yeah, like once you win, you're like, I don't want to play anymore, you know. It's like I don't want to, whoop myself
Him
up
leaking.
For, oh, no.
Oh my God! Somebody put some tape over him. He's leaking. All right.
But I'm happy we got to see a Skaven game as the last one, I must say.
Oh, me too. And that was such an aggressive Skaven game. It was
You
wow.
got to see Queek too.
Oh
Queek.
yeah, we saw Queek Head Taker go in there and take many a heads. I mean, do you
And the
think
Dwarf Gouger.
Go Trick with Thorgrim and a Rune
Yes.
Lord would have been better?
Well, if you could bring Thorgrim and a Rune Lord, that'd be incredible. But, but yeah, like a
I
stronger hit
meant
squad, sure.
Go Trek.
Especially, I mean, Gotrek, I think he actually does beat Queek
Yeah,
1v1.
I hear he beats pretty much any Lord 1v1.
Yeah, I think, yeah, like with the Deathmaster, you have to rely on debuffs to beat him, I think,
Uh-huh.
to really stand a chance. Like, you need the Assassin's Trophy, the Rival Hide.
Mm-hmm.
But, yeah, and it's cool to see Queek, because often, even in this matchup, you'd see the Deathmaster,
Yeah.
you know? The Deathmaster, so hot right now. So hot. And he is a ton of fun, I must say. So, but yeah, Queek, great to see him. And yeah, he's just snacking on the Dowie.
Yeah, no. Goddamn, Skaven, they're just so frightening to go up against his dwarfs. I mean, really as any faction, and I loved the showcase today, especially of the Skaven stealth abilities. I feel like people are finally settling into that meta where it can actually become a much more viable part of a strategy rather than like Skitter Leap for greenskins where it's like, yeah, I want to go meme, overcast a Skitter Leap or something, hide my
Yep.
lord on his wyvern. But like seeing those concealment bombs, being able to shut down artillery like no problem, get out of there and still be okay. Seeing Deathmaster sneak up on people and net them in place and start laying down the hurt, it's good, and I'm excited to see the stealth side of the game become much more of a factor as the meta continues to evolve.
Yeah, absolutely. Successful warfare follows the path of deception. And the
Indeed.
Eshin units certainly follow that rule. Yeah, a lot of fun games today. And yeah, it's been a pleasure. It's been fun.
Pleasure as always, sir. Anything you want to say to the people before we shut down?
As always, want to thank you all for being here. And be excellent. Remember, chat in your own way. It's not excellent by anyone else's idea, but just your own. Be yourself and be excellent in your own way. And remember, crump the gits. And thank you, my son. Always a pleasure to be here.
Oh, of course. Thank you again for co-casting as always. So let's go through the order of people to thank. Rivian91, also thank you for the follow there at the end. Y'all are the best. Pleather as always. Yes, pleasure as always, my friend. Bridgeburner, have a wonderful day. Wicked Science, Tank, Hadres, Gaisedius, have a good one. Always join when it all ends. I'm sorry, mate. There's always the replays. The Mihawk, welcome, and thank you so much for tuning in. And yeah, all of the new followers, all the new subscribers, all the new people in the chat, welcome, and thank you so much for tuning in. Going to continue doing this every week. Hope to see you there every week, and should be a good community as we continue into Season 5. And I think this year is when the game is really going to start taking steps in the right direction for the competitive community. So huge shout outs to the players who participate in these things and for the time they put into it. And to all the other content creators out there who are continuing to create awesome stuff for this game. So this is it, my son HW, going to sign out. I will see you next time.